Hello and welcome back to another episode of Battle Chat, where you guys chill out and I talk about BattleCon concepts. In this episode, we're going to talk about getting into BattleCon. Now, some of you might have watched some of my older videos and find out that, well, I have played around 400 games of BattleCon, and much like the person who asked this question to begin with, it seems unfathomable to be able to play that many games. So how can you get into BattleCon? How do you get more games in? Well, here are 3 ways by which you can play a lot of BattleCon. And I'll start off with the way that I did it. Number 1 is to find a dedicated group of friends. Playing BattleCon in this manner is actually very akin to the old fighting game genre way of playing, wherein you would play the same people in the same arcade, or play against your neighbors on the same console every Friday or something like that. This meant that you got to play the same people over and over again, and in doing so you were able to see the nuances between many players, understand how they play, understand their playstyles, understand what characters they like, and this allows you guys to form a meta around each other. Sure, this meta is nowhere close to the international meta. Maybe in your meta you guys thought Honda was the greatest character because 1000 hand slaps were broken back in the day, but it was a meta nonetheless, and being able to analyze that meta, understand why the hand slaps were powerful, maybe understanding why spamming fireballs is the best way to go in some situations, allows you to become a better player, and it allows you to get more into the game because it motivates you. You want to understand why this works that way. Or, simply put, simple rivalries allow you to play the game more because you have somebody who's dedicated, excited to play with you. Because maybe Jonathan's Cadenza beat your Kadath and now you want to get revenge, and it's a very simple and easy excuse to play more BattleCon. However, I know that this is not the option for everyone. Not everyone has a dedicated group of friends or a partner that they can continuously duel over and over again. So in the lack of that, what can you do? Now, let's concentrate on BattleCon Online. Now, this kind of takes the opposite approach to the first way of playing BattleCon, which is to play with a dedicated group of friends. Instead of playing with just a few set of people, you literally play the entire world. And this allows you to gain a deep understanding of characters and various matchups. What you lose in nuances and meta analysis and meta understanding that you get from playing with a few group of friends, you make up for by sheer volume. You're able to play a lot of matchups, play a lot of characters, and understand the intricacies in those matchups. By understanding that, sure, you might not get the nuances. You might not see that certain people play the same character differently, but you will be able to understand the strengths and weaknesses of specific characters. This can be very crucial and very, very good if you want to up your game. Finally, of course, is another option that might not be obvious to many of you. I've mentioned it in many of my previous videos, but if you guys want to get into BattleCon and have no people close to you or no dedicated group, and BattleCon Online is not out yet, you can easily join our Discord server. We have a Discord server that you guys can join and request battles with. If you guys are in a specific time zone or whatever, just say, hey, I want to play a game of BattleCon with this character. Is anybody willing to fight me? And depending on the time of day, someone can and will accept your challenge. And this is very, very good because it's kind of like playing BattleCon Online and playing a dedicated group of people. By going into the Discord chat, you're able to find a large volume of players. However, unlike BattleCon Online, it's a bit more concentrated because it's not literally thousands of people, it's maybe a few dozen. So again, a sort of meta forms in that small circle of people. So it's much like playing a dedicated group of friends. And this is quite amazing. It's a really good experience because you get to play the same people a lot, but of course during other times you get to play new people you've never played against before, and this is a very good compromise for those two experiences. And again, it's very, very accessible. Simply go onto our Discord and request a match. But Marco, you say, how do I play against those people that I find on the Discord? Well, there are 3 main ways that you can play. and I'll list them off in order of importance. Number 1 is obviously play by forum. Number 2, I think one of the other relevant ways of playing BattleCon, which many of you might not know about, is playing it on a spreadsheet. Now, playing it on a spreadsheet might sound weird, but it's actually way more aesthetically pleasing than you might think. Made by the community member Tankbard, the BattleCon spreadsheet system is a very, very well-polished way to play the game. If you guys feel like playing by forum is a bit too slow and you want something more accessible and real-time, BattleCon spreadsheet is definitely for you because of the fact that it's easily accessible online on like Google Forms or Google Docs. So if you guys have a Google account, you can easily play it with almost anyone else in the chat. And of course, finally, I think is the most relevant, is the Vassal module. Now, if you guys don't know, Vassal is actually a software that allows you to run board games online. It has its own servers and all of that. So you can easily make a BattleCon module and hop onto the BattleCon module and create a room and challenge people. It's really that simple. It even has a lobby system. Now this one is a bit of a step above the BattleCon spreadsheet, but of course it comes with its own drawbacks. Though it does have the cards and has some visual representations, and of course it has these cool markers, cool trackers and all of that stuff. It's a bit harder to access than your BattleCon spreadsheet because, again, you have to have the Vassal software, you have to get the module, and getting the module itself is a bit of a task as well because you have to prove the fact that you have bought or owned the game because the people who distribute the module will not give it to you unless you prove that you own the game. So these are 3 very, very good ways by which you can play BattleCon online with people from our Discord chat. And if you guys want to challenge more people or find more games or just discuss about BattleCon, you can easily just join our Discord chat. And I'm sure you guys will find yourselves getting into BattleCon in ways you've never imagined. However, that is just my opinion, and that is just me having a little battle chat. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, do put them in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to read them. And of course, if you guys have your own opinions, maybe you guys have a method of playing BattleCon that's really fun and more convenient than the ones that I've listed, do tell me because I would be very interested to find out. And finally, of course, as with any Battle Chat video, if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about or discuss, do put them in the comment section down below because they will become the topic for a future video. Without much else to say, thanks for watching and good night.